lucky enough to be handed, would you like a pizza to share? But no half and half. Would we have to discuss what to get on this pizza tomorrow? Would it be a process? Would it be easy?
I looked at their menu today just out of curiosity. I wanted to just check out, do a little scouting report on where we're going, see if I get any idea what the place looks like inside. It was mostly just pictures of the food in their gallery. But their white pizza on the menu caught my eye.
Okay. See, this is the problem. This is why we'll get back to this. Nothing against it. I love it, but I'm not sure if I have one call here. It's that. Joining us now would you like to weigh in? TJ Rives joining us now on the West Her Hotline, sideline reporter for the Buccaneers who visit Buffalo on Sunday. It's supposed to be kind of dreary and maybe a little bit wet. Hopefully that's not too much of a problem. TJ.
Do I get in on this?
Want to?
That's the question. I've been listening off stage here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I believe I've explained this before. Capaccio knows this. And first of all, where is he? He's on in like an hour?
He's on next hour, yeah. Well, covering practice.
I understand.
We didn't want him to hog the segment with you. So
right.
Here's the key. He can't be golfing right now because it's already practically dark there, right?
Yes.
Because it gets darker there quicker right now in the Eastern time zone.
And raining and cold, and there's a number of reasons why he's not golfing.
So the unelected mayor knows my situation in that I have got 17-year-old twin girls. And so you don't know from whence you speak. When we go to order a pizza right now, it's like a nuclear arms summit between all of the countries of NATO trying to figure out, okay, can we have something in common that my wife, your mother, and I might want to eat on the pizza, and you two can't even agree? So typically right now we're ending up as like a 3-pizza family where they will get like the medium or the personal, and they disagree, and then the wife and I just have to do our own thing. So the short version would be this is a debacle in my house to be at the pizza joint with you two tomorrow. Trying to share the same pizza.
It's a negotiation. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have two
Life itself is a negotiation. I might have mentioned there's 17. We've got hormones. We're looking at colleges. They each want their own car. You're twins. You have all the same friends. You go to the same school. They even work at the same place. Why do you need 2 different cars? How did we get on this tangent? Can we get back to the Bills and the Bucs?
Almost. I'm almost ready.
I have a lot more to say about white pizza, but I'll save it for later in the show, TJ, not to waste your time.
I'm enjoying your commentary too much to leave the subject just yet. I have 2 teenagers and a wife who's a vegetarian, and maybe one of my kids is about to become a vegetarian. What I do usually, because we're separated so often, is I'll just buy too much pizza, and then when it happens, I'm told, why did you get so much pizza? And my answer is because I want to eat it, one. So I'm getting enough for me, probably over the span of 2 days. And then after
That's
that,
the boss move. It's a boss move, and I applaud that. I love that.
I'm doing it for me, and then you guys get it. You'll have enough. This way, nobody's hungry. That's it.
And by the way, one more next level thing, and then we'll get to the football. Obviously, I'm paying, and so if I'm buying this, I'm going to get what I want.
Right.
I'm going to buy what I want and how much I want. I love that.
Same. I'm not wasting half a pizza on cauliflower. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Exactly.
All right.
We did not come here to battle and have somebody end up with olives and somebody else end up with cauliflower. Exactly.
All right, TJ. Well, to business. State of the Buccaneers here going into Week 11. It's maybe a little bit. I'm not sure the Bills themselves are this, but I think in terms of the fan base, we're a little bit frazzled at this point. 2 teams that have won their respective divisions years running. What are the Bills getting in the Bucs?
That's a good question. I think the Buccaneer word right now would be smarting, as in not thrilled, as in New England got this team last week, just like they got the Bills earlier in the year. But, I mean, the Bucs have gotten off to a really good start. They have only been 6-2 before losing last week. One other time, they'd actually only been 6-2 twice in their history, and they had only been 7-2 one other time. Ever. So there was a lot of optimism. Beat the Patriots, get yourselves to 7-2, and be ready to go for this game. It didn't happen. All right. So I look at this as somebody is going to get right, or somebody's going to get more right, or righter. Righter isn't necessarily the right grammar. Got a school teacher for a wife, by the way. That's a whole other segment. In any event, somebody gets a better between the Bills and the Buccaneers on Sunday because, I mean, we've seen the tape and we've watched some of this. Buffalo didn't exactly perform up to standard down in Miami, and that's being kind. So now we'll see who has their act together come Sunday, and the Bucs looking to refocus for a stretch run that has a ton of home games coming, which I know they're looking forward to.
How impressed are you, and how impressed do you think the fan base is that they have the record they have, considering the caliber of players they've lost, especially on offense? To be down, a certain Hall of Famer in Evans and Godwin is no slouch either. To be missing them for the amount of time they've been missing them, not to even get to Bucky Irving and then other McMillan, whatever. Like that passing game is taking hits, and Baker managed to kind of stay at a sort of in the MVP conversation for a couple of weeks there, and that seems like that's kind of died down. But I think it's been a pretty good job considering some of the injuries.
Yeah, so far, so good. And you're right. I mean, they have had, and everybody's beat up. You've listed, I heard the laundry list of the Bills injured list. But, I mean, this team came into the beginning of the season knowing that Godwin was a question mark, and Jalen McMillan, who was a star last year, was injured in the preseason finale with the Steelers and suffered an injured neck and is still on injured reserve and may not play this year. They're hoping to have him back in December or late in the year. So you're automatically down, and then once Evans pulled his hamstring first, you're down to wide receiver 4, which is a rookie, Emeka Egbuka, who's been tremendous. But, I mean, you're playing with wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5 as your primary guys, and you're still succeeding on offense and beating, the Texans in Houston and beating the Seahawks in Seattle and, getting a big win over San Francisco at home, et cetera, et cetera. And you mentioned Bucky Irving. That may be the big key. And on the Buck injury front and on that injury report, he is back practicing for the first time in 6 weeks since the game with the Eagles, where he suffered both a foot injury and a shoulder injury. And the Buccaneers kind of begrudgingly said at least a couple of weeks ago, yeah, the shoulder situation is much worse. And so he practiced in a limited role again today, and it's anybody's guess whether he's going to give it a go here in the game on Sunday. We've still got about 72 hours to figure that out, give or take here, about whether or not he can play. But he's explosive, and he's the real deal here for this offense. He brings a whole different dimension if he can get out there even at like 75% of Bucky Irving. So stay tuned.
With TJ Rives, what, if it matters, is the dynamic you think exists with the Bucs and like sort of the season? I mean, they've won the division 4 years in a row. Carolina, nobody looks ready to challenge them. Maybe for a minute it did look like Atlanta might. Carolina, it feels like it's probably already theirs. It's the Bills and then the Rams on the road. Do they break ties against playing injured starters who are maybe not ready, or do you think all that other stuff is irrelevant?
I think currently the mindset is get as many wins into the storehouse here. Stock up for the stretch run of the season, because you will have a chance at that point to maybe be the 3 seed or the 2 seed. They have been in the 4 hole the last 3 years as the 4th division winner in the NFC out of the South. But Philadelphia beat them head-to-head, so did Detroit. But they beat Seattle already this year. They beat San Francisco already this year, and that Rams game will be interesting too for that matchup. So, again, I think if you're able to win this game, if you're the Buccaneers, this is how it sets up after that Ram game the week before Thanksgiving. You're going to play 3 in a row with Arizona, who is shaky at best, and no Kyler Murray. Then the Saints, who are awful. You saw them earlier in the year. The Bucs have already beaten them. I know they beat Carolina last week, but they're not good. And then the third of the 3 is a Thursday night game with Atlanta. You're going to be favored at home, all of them. You're going to be favored in all of those games. So this is why I'm saying that a 7th win here out of this and or out of the game with the Rams, you're in great position for the final 2 or 3 games of the season to get an 11th win, a 12th win, and move up to like the 3 seed or the 2 seed. That's what everybody down here is talking about. Find a way to go get one of these on the road, and you're going to be in great shape with all of the home games. They're going to play 4 of the final 6 at home, including Carolina, and have a great chance to rack up some wins and help themselves in the seeding in the NFC.
Yeah, you left off after that Atlanta home game, but then, it's a road game at Carolina, at Miami, and then home for Carolina to close the season. I mean,
they're going to be favored in every one of those games.
After that Ram game, that is cushy.
Yes, so take advantage of those. But, I mean, if you've set yourself up and you've earned this, again, I mentioned it a couple of times. I mean, the schedule maker did this team no favors putting them on the road the first two games, including the second game being Monday Night Football at Houston, beat Atlanta and Houston, then had to go all the way out to Seattle and beat them, and then now have this situation where you're going to play the Bills and then come back home and then go play the Rams. Loads of fun with that, but they've at least come through those tests right now with winning some of the games, and this would, again, be a large one on Sunday to get a road win here.
You get your air miles in these two games, then you can drive the rest of it. From your home games to Carolina,
yes, you
Miami.
would think. The NASCAR division in full flex at the end of the year, correct, for Tampa Bay.
TJ, I'm interested in your opinion of the Bills. Last week, I liked Miami a lot there, and part of the reason I like a team is when no one else does, so it sort of kind of smells right to me. And, it's narrative street, but the Dolphins just I don't know if this is the right time to play a team. They just fired their GM. There's all this pressure around them. It might have been a little bit alleviated, and they played loose. They got ahead, Miami, and kind of cruised. Do you think this is a good time to play the Bills? I mean, it's different than the Dolphin example, I know, but they've got injuries. There is some stress, I think, here internally as well. What they can be on offense. So many guys in and out on defense. A little bit of the, if you will, wounded animal thinking here. Maybe that's good for Tampa. Maybe it's the right time. Maybe it's not. If a team like the Bills that's done so much winning gets kind of riled up. How do you see it?
While we play sports psychologist on the mighty WGR here, I would have rather, if you're giving the choice, have Buffalo scuffled and won the game. And then they're still coming out of it thinking, hey, we're all right, we won the game, blah, blah, blah. I think it was a real wake-up call last Sunday. And I think they realize right now we got to come out and demonstrate that's not who we are, so that's dangerous. If you're the Buccaneers coming in. If Buffalo had stayed in Florida, for example, and was playing the Buccaneers in Tampa this week, that might be a real concern after what you saw. But I think they're going to be focused. I think McDermott's going to have them ready to play. So they want to demonstrate that was an aberration last week. And, from watching what's going on with you guys, when you've run the ball well, I mean, you're in great shape. And James Cook and the two-headed monster, and even Allen getting some rush yards. This team has done very well all year, and really under Todd Bowles' tenure, stopping the run and not letting teams run it on them. The Patriots hit them with the home runs by Travion Henderson, 2 long touchdown runs in the game last week. But that's the thing that concerns me. Do the Bills get right, again, to use that phrase, by running the ball in the bad weather and the wind, et cetera? Are the Buccaneers ready for that? But, yeah, on the psychology part, I think privately if you ask Todd Bowles, he would say, hey, I would have rather that Buffalo had scuffled around, same thing I said, and found a way to win, because now you're angry. And now you're realizing we're going to fall farther behind in the division and in the playoff race if we don't win this game on Sunday. So it heightens the importance for the Bills.
TJ, before we run out of time, I just want to ask you about how the Baker Mayfield experience has gone for folks in Tampa. Like, what were your expectations? What would your read be of what expectations were when he got there? Because he was very much, to some extent, like a wounded animal, damaged, talking about playing sports psychologist here, and he has looked mostly every bit the guy. I don't know if he had to be the first pick in the draft, but certainly the draft status is not something to be laughed at anymore. He's been good to great year over year now in Tampa. I'm just curious about what that ride has been like in your view. So
the short version, because I know you've got to go, is we didn't really know what to expect, but the Bucs played it perfectly. You can say that in hindsight. They gave him a 1-year deal. $4 million is minimum wage money in quarterback standards and quarterback money. And he was willing to take that as a prove-it contract to cash in later. And he's tremendous to deal with. And what a leader, and tough. And he sounded the alarm after last week about how the attention to detail maybe wasn't there, including in-game and in-game adjustments, and said this has got to stop. if you want to go where this team wants to go, meaning deep into the playoffs and maybe that phrase Super Bowl, you don't make the mistakes that we saw last week against the Patriots. So he's been tremendous. The area has embraced him. The area has always embraced the star quarterback of the Buccaneers, whoever it is. And he's played up to that, and he is a leader. And right now this team rolls with him. My phrase for all these interviews and shows, they will follow him into a burning building right now. There's the belief on the metaphor level. They believe in him, and let's see if he makes some magic happen on Sunday. Just real quick, he looked healthier off the bye week last week, moving better, throwing more accurately. That's a good sign coming into this game with the Bills.
We have 2 or 3 more minutes if you do. Do you?
Are we going to talk about pizza again?
No, not
go back to that, or what do you want to utilize the 2 or 3 minutes for?
We'll do that. I'll tell you. We'll do that after you're done, so it's not waste any more of your time. But there are football questions. One, how good do you think the Patriots are, having just seen them?
You know, you're going to love this in Buffalo. Unpopular take. I still think they're overrated. I thought they were overrated coming in with the number of wins they've piled up against bad teams. Oh, and here we go again. They get to play the Jets tonight with whatever happens this evening. They made some huge plays. Full credit to them. Full credit to Drake May, who I saw at field level, and you guys saw him in Buffalo back about a month ago or so on that Sunday night game. He stood in there. But to me, that game was there to be had. Credit them for winning. Again, Vrabel's going to, if they find a way tonight, he's going to become like the 6th coach ever in his first season to win 8 straight games. So that's not an accident. When you win the 3rd in a row, the 4th in a row, it's not an accident. And now they're all the way up to 7 in a row. But I don't foresee them being a team that makes a deep run anyway, anyhow, and I could see this go the other way in a hurry, too. Like if the Jets surprise them tonight. So that's just me, unpopular take, because everybody in Boston, all the Boston honks that I have that are media people and colleagues and whoever, they're all crowing about this. They hadn't been able to say a word for 4 years, as you guys know, while you've been kicking the crap out of them. But now they're crowing, and let's see how long it lasts for New England. There's my take.
I was in row 3 for Patriots Bills that Sunday night. Everything about May was a box checked. Even on the sideline, I was in the Patriots sideline, and he was just like, just
impressive.
Right, just right.
He's impressive. He held in there while getting crushed last week a few times, and obviously Diggs, who's been there. Diggs made some big plays in the game, 2 or 3 big catches in the game.
Yep.
It's not as if this is a total accident, what they're doing. I'm just not a big picture believer in them if they start mixing it up with the best teams in the AFC.
Yeah, I agree. Diggs did that even with those guys in front of me, Bulldog, trying to the extent of being thrown out of the stadium to rattle them. Didn't work.
Oh, come on. Are these guys going to be behind me trying to get after me about the pizza takes and whatever else here on WGR? Are they upset or what?
No, you're all good. You said you don't think the Patriots are that good, so no one's going to get after you.
I agree.
Yes, the enemy of my friend. What is it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
There it is.
That's what that is. The enemy of the enemy is my friend.
Bulldog and I still have to settle Tampa Bay Buccaneers Mount Rushmore. Do you have an easy time with 4 names or no?
Yes. Okay. Who's on it, Bulldog? Give me the names.
I've not even started yet. Mike did this exercise earlier today on another podcast he was on.
Leroy Selman.
That was
Derek
the first name.
Brooks,
2.
Warren Sapp, if you want. Do you include Tom Brady, who was only here for 3 years, for what he was able to do, or does that disqualify him because he wasn't here long enough?
I think that's a joke.
I went Selman, Brooks, Mike Evans, Brady. But Filippone,
Mike Evans has to be there.
Filippone went Sapp over Brady. I just
I can't have Brady there.
I want Brady there because
that is your distaste for everything that went on in the 2000s and the 2010s from New England.
Well, it's also that he was there for a cup of coffee with an incredible career he's had. Like I don't know that
dude was the leading quarterback in the league the second season as a 44-year-old. He led the league in everything.
Sorry for making this hockey. If the Sabres got the best player in the sport, arguably ever, to come, Patrick Kane could have been this. He was not the best player ever.
Right.
Yeah.
If the Sabres got somebody like a legend already established to come to the Sabres and they won, he's on Mount Rushmore even if he scored 8 goals.
Yeah. Like Gretzky late in his career if it had happened,
right.
For example.
That's why I picked Brady because like if I'm the Bucs, I'm sort of flaunting it. He picked us.
I'm not coming to your monument.
All right. TJ, it's been fun. Anytime you want to join us, I mean, you probably have other things to do, but
No.
It's
I want to know the
interesting.
outcome. I'll be up there. I'll be around Capaccio. I love Sal. But when you come to a resolution, please relay to me what got discussed on the singular pizza that you two are going to have tomorrow. I got to know.
Okay, we will. Thank you, TJ.
You guys be well. We look forward to Sunday for the Bucs and the
All
Bills.
right. Safe travels, man. Thank you again.
TJ Rives at Buck Sideline Guy on Twitter. All right, that was a fun ride.